Hi, everybody. This is Dominic Manchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs beat writer on SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Super excited to be here with you guys. Um, Today, with the NFL draft slowly approaching, we are going to be talking about how they can better the offense and if the current state of the offense is a top 10 offense in the National Football League. Now, let's start with how that they can address the draft to fill these roles to make them jump in to the top 10 and how I believe that they do have some pieces to be in that conversation. First off, the Chiefs hold the 31st pick, 31st pick in the NFL draft in the first round. A lot of mock drafts have the team leaning towards the offensive line. Last season, as we know, the offensive line did not perform well, especially on the grandest stage of them all, losing to the Philadelphia Eagles. And with now a new kind of urge to get back to the field, knowing that the last time they were there, they got embarrassed on the biggest stage. They need to fix the exact problem that tore them down. While the mock drafts are all predictions, we know that general manager Brett Veach wants to address the offensive and defensive lines. But given that Patrick Mahomes got sacked the most in his career, that's the playmaker. You got to protect Mahomes in order for this offense to be a top 10 offense in the NFL. Adding guys like Josh Simmons is a possibility. They could add Josh Connerly, another possibility, or Gray Zabel. As you might know, I chose him to be the Chiefs draft pick if I was in charge, given on the SI mock draft. You can go check that out. Those guys are all players that could see some time this year, but if they don't, this if they don't turn out to be the prospects that the NFL thinks that they are, and they come to Kansas City, the Chiefs might be avoiding the top 10 area. It's important that they add these guys regardless if it's in the first or second round. It needs to be addressed. There's a lot of depth in the draft to where these guys can address this need in the first or second round, in my opinion. They could also go out and add a running back. There are some running back issues in the current state of the team. A lot of guys are on expiring contracts. Pacheco did not perform to expectations last year. We haven't seen Elijah Mitchell since 2023 play in a National Football League game. And Kareem Hunt, who knows if he's got some wheels left in the legs. That is an area where they could address it. It would greatly benefit Patrick Mahomes and the offense, especially when he's able to hand off that ball and it doesn't just go maybe 2-3 yards, rather backwards. It allows the pressure to get off of him in those high situations. The running back class is highly, highly depthful. There are mock drafts, multiple round mock drafts that see running backs get taken anywhere between the first and sixth round in the NFL draft. That's how deep this area is. If they're not confident or comfortable with the current state of the running back room, they could go out and get one. It could boost them into the top 10 category. Last season, they were in the middle of the road in terms of net offensive yards. Patrick Mahomes, this is the first season in a while since he hasn't touched 4,000 passing yards, and people were calling that a down season. This guy was still out there giving it his all. A big reason why they're 15-2 is because you have one of the best quarterbacks playing on your team. While Mahomes is one of the best, he can't do it all himself. We're going to need big years from veteran Travis Kelce, for example. Kelsey has not reached 1,000 receiving yards or more in multiple years. This is the guy that would be Mahomes' right-hand man throwing in the ball. While he's still productive, he only scored 3 touchdowns last year. Let that sink in. Yeah, we're watching this guy on the decline, but if they are serious on ending his career on a high note, and if that high note is a Super Bowl, a top 10 offense is going to need to be constructed with and around Travis Kelce. Other guys that will benefit them jumping into the top 10, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. They're both going to be playing in a game at one point or another, depending on what happens with Rice and his off-field shenanigans. These two, which I've touched on the site, have the chance to break a long drought in a chief duo receiving yards of over 1,000 or more. These guys are the future. If they do not perform like they should perform, given where they were selected in the draft and the eons of potential that they have, the Chiefs will struggle. Bringing back a guy like Hollywood Brown was huge. If Sky Moore is still on the team when they start, as you know, I wrote an article saying that he is a trade piece for them, or he could be. He's in a contract year. He hasn't shown a whole lot. The Chiefs are in a position where they need to address the offense. If they do it through the draft, terrific. If they are able to combine with each other during the training camp period and they formulate all similar drive as each other, that's another option on how they could do this. How about revenge? That's a big option. These guys just got embarrassed on the Super Bowl. We've seen Patrick Mahomes in the gym. Kelsey's in the gym. We've seen Mahomes already working with his wide receivers. They're taking this loss personal. They are going to be back, but they need to fix those areas on the offensive line and the offense in general if they're going to be one, contenders again for the Super Bowl, or two, division winners. You got to have a top 10 offense. The division got better. It's more competitive. It's now or never. If you want to do it again and prove to everybody that we're still this big team, which the Chiefs are, they have to have a top 10 offense. Thank you guys so much. That concludes my podcast for today. As the ticker says below, you can follow us at KC Chiefs on SI or my Twitter, which is right next to it, at Dom Minchella, to never miss another breaking story again. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be kind to one another. I'll catch you guys soon. See you tomorrow.